first place tied with Arizona with a game against the Cardinals next week. And on first down, it is Kenneth Walker trying to get the Seattle run game going, and a good gain on first down, running into Quincy. Seattle rushing attack get going. Now the penetration from the Jet front will stop if it's anything at all. So on 3rd and 4, a 4-man rush. Geno Smith past the sticks and
some great matchups on the edge.
Got both sides of the football. Here is Smith. Got to have ball security. So Smith's got time and into a tight window. 3rd down. Geno Smith has time. Now it's running out, and he just gets rid of the first down. Xavier Gibson's a dangerous return man. Michael Dixon delivers, and Gibson forced into a fair catch. Familiar cadence and a handoff to the youngest player.
And both of their excellent halfbacks are on the field.
And Rodgers takes a shot from Garrett Wilson. It's broken up.
Rick Woolen has uncanny closing speed.
The lead. It's a staple for Rodgers. 3rd and 7. Moving pretty well. Throwing the back shoulder, and it's... And Morstead has to deliver this punt. 51-yard punt grab by D. Williams. And starts this drive from the 39 with a handoff to Kenneth Walker. And nothing to the New York Giants. On play action, and he's able to deliver to A.J. Barner, the tight end, and a nice...
Working out. He's playing like a stud, especially late in games.
On 3rd down, he's able to deliver. What a two safeties to force a Dixon punt with a lot of hang time. Gibson's going to bail out, and this will get pinned, but it's going to turn the season around. This is really their last legs. They want to make any type of push to make.
On this game in particular, get back from the bye week and start fresh.
Rodgers floats it, looking for Devontae Adams, a beautiful.
Number 29, look at all that space on the outside. He's 3-4 yards inside the numbers.
Wide snap handled by Rodgers. He swings it out for Braylon Allen. And a solid gain again for the Jets. Rodgers, another swing pass. Allen has a blocker and Tyler Conklin in front of him to help spring him to it. Handoff again, and Allen is able to... 7th play of the drive is a play-action fake. Rodgers rifles down the sideline and
there's an eligible player downfield, number 75, 5-yard penalty. Penalties decline. 3rd down.
It's a 3rd down and long. And now movement maybe by Garrett Wilson on the near side of the field.
Get back on track and get some yards for that field goal.
53-yard field goal from here. Here's Rodgers stepping up, and he made...
Personal foul, face mask, number 99, defense. 15.
Fresh set of downs for New York.
Leonard Williams on the second half. Bailed out like that. Get back to the run game.
They do. Breeze Hall split. It's a reverse. Here comes Malachi Corley with Rodgers throwing a block. He helped pick up a first down. 1st and goal. Off the fake. Rodgers on the move. Still on his feet. As well as he's probably moved all season long. Throws to the end zone for...
Gotta have a positive play here.
Rodgers, one-on-one. It's Adams. It's a vintage Rodgers to Adams.
But this is the matchup. Job, 29, on Adams, 17. And you can tell whenever he's in a cut split like that, Adam, he's saving himself slayer and let him do the rest.
Anders Carlson has his kick blocked. It was Leonard Williams who got a hit. Rodgers yet again. Had one against Houston. They get one against the Seahawks for the opening score. Get drive going. At the very least, gets that big hand. Was 3 for 3 on PATs and 2 for 2 on field goals in his Jet debut. After the missed kick, will deliver to D. Williams. He's got Chenault blocking for him, and return loses the ball near the 30. Let's see what the ruling is. It is Jets football and a crucial mistake.
Look at this punch. Right there. That's the effort you want to see on special teams. regardless of your record, number
is gone back. Rodgers under. He's in there for Moses. Here is Hall with some speed and a first down.
And this is what they've lacked earlier in the season. Oh, that ball.
A weird snap. Rodgers picks it up and immediately finds that strange snap. He's had a couple of weird snaps today. Little shovel pass to Isaiah Davis, and Davis
in the year as well.
Give it to Hall for two, and he is in on the Wanwu knockaway. And Davis is in the end zone for the first time as an NFL back. And ends up leading to a Jet touchdown to take a 14-0 lead. Laviska Shenault muffs that kick. Still loose on the ground, and he's able to dive.
Coach McDonald talked about this is why you fly out as a West Coast team 2 days early. You can't afford a slow start with the time change. This is a 10 a.m. kick for Seattle.
Up and downfield, so working out of the pocket, and he'll pick up a few.
Holding, number 4, defense, 5-yard penalty.
Off the fake. Smith steps up, and somehow a layered throw.
Maybe in Sherwood's hands, I have no idea.
Walker spins away from some initial penetration. Takes us to the end of the first 15. 14 points on the board for the Jets, taking advantage of some Seattle mistakes. Rodgers looks fresh after the bye week. Two very good defensive fronts. Trying to get the run game with Walker on this second down play, and not a lot of room. Just a four-man Jets rush. Smith wants to fire downfield. He does. He connects. And it is Jackson Smith and Jigba for method.
I meant time-wise.
Sure. Here's Walker. Oh, good run on first.
You know, playing this game with the safety.
He checks to the run play, and it's Walker who... Oh, Walker's off the edge in motion. They'll give it to Charbonnet, who just slips through. And Walker in motion again. He gets the flip. It's a pass play officially. And Walker, now the Alabama head coach. 10th play of this Seattle drive is a play-action fake. Smith wheels it, finds his tight end, and A.J. Barner is in for him.
Joe block first. Pretend he's blocking for Geno Smith and then leak out late and force those defenders to look inside, and then you see DK Metcalf with a key scoring block. Those are really important coaching points for those guys.
Fourth round pick out of Michigan, A.J. Barner, probably feeling good after the upset for the Wolverines yesterday. He gets into the end zone out in Jersey today. After the Seahawks touchdown, Myers boots it away, and here is the former All-Pro kick returner for Minnesota, making his Jet debut, Kene Wanwu. He's already housed 3 of them in his career. He's going to get a block, and welcome to the Jets with a big-time return for a touchdown.
Comes the return, and this is one way to endear yourself with the Jet fans. You see them fired up for this return. But it's Chris Stoll right there. This is the block that matters more than anything. 41. That's huge.
James already, and he's winning the battle against Jay Harbaugh. Seattle special teams have been dreadful, and they continue to be, as a stumbling attempt by Laviska Shenault looking for solutions after another muff kick.
Oh, man, right through the breadbasket. Elbows were low on that, and then hits the turf.
Nobody touched him down.
Yeah, nobody touched him down.
It was on his own volition. So again, if this is college, he's down. The play's over.
Right.
In the NFL, unless you're touched down by your opponent, that's a live ball. And
it's intending for making these kickoff returns exciting. But that's one way to get everybody into it.
Here's Conklin. And on second down, it is Allen. Averaging 5 yards per carry so far. Here's Rodgers, slings it, first down. Devontae Adams, pinballing off Seattle.
Runners in the league, that's what he does best.
Here is zone. A little bit of that today so far. Looking right, floats it right. Wilson separates, but he cannot. Seahawks load the line and bring pressure. Rodgers has it picked off by Leonard Williams. Just the second interception of the Big Cat's career. And is he going to take it to the house? His old house. He sure is. A pick six, and he flips the game.
You're going to see Leonard Williams pop out. That's his job. When you bring pressure like that, you have to have underneath defenders. He's taking a page out of J.J. Watt's book, popping out, picking off the ball, and taking it to the house. What a momentum swing. Led by Leo Williams. What a stud.
And now this point after is blocked. It is into the hands of Samuel Aguavin and out of bounds. So both teams have had a PAT blocked. Williams blocked one earlier, and now in his 153rd career game, he has his first NFL touchdown, a pick six. Leonard Williams playing in New York for the first time since he was traded to Seattle last October from the Giants. This guy's done a lot in his career in his 10th season, but he had never scored a touchdown until today. And he took it 92 yards to help save Seattle after their special teams miscue set New York up with the football. Williams for a second straight week. Bryant a week ago. It is Williams this week. This inebriated game continues halfway through the second quarter, and now it is Xavier Gibson trying to get loose, and he has a...
He thought he might have gotten it.
Great return by Gibson, sets him up at the 40. Toss play. Cut by Hall. Rodgers steps up. That one's deflected. Rodgers loves his cadence. They're going to bring the house. Cover zero. Adams is the target, and Adams makes a great catch. Even Reek Woolen had to give him a touchdown. Are they going to rule it incomplete, though?
He had it for a second.
Officials get together. Holbrook is hoping to get another look at this one. Did Adams finish the process of the catch? Seemingly he did not. Zach Charbonnet is the back. Nice hesitation. Smith setting up. Nothing downfield. Under pressure. Still on his feet somehow, as he was able to get away from Hassan. Twist up front for the Jets. Smith gets rid of it. They will drop back into coverage. Smith with time. And it's running out, and immediately this year. And a nice lofted ball is good from Dixon and Myers in a season where there have been a ton of
Aaron Rodgers yards-wise, but really riding this run game and trying to find a way for these guys.
Seattle has a key drive for the Jets. Extra man coming, and Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers this season has to pump against just a four-man rush. Finds an alley somehow, and it'll slide down.
Now, what's going on?
Different look. I didn't know you were curious about it. I am as well. Here is inside of 2 minutes. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Quick strike. Wilson bangs into Xavier Gibson, but they're after that.
I think this ball's going to the outside, and the inside stick route got a little wide.
Four-man rush. A throw for Adams is incomplete. 250th career regular season game for Thomas Morstead. Plenty of hang time, and Williams steps up on a timeouts for Smith. They start this from the 15-yard line. And a quick throw for Walker. Another four-man rush for the Jets. Underneath Charbonnet. And Sherwood. Jets are just letting that work down as well. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. Smith is going to take a shot for DK Metcalf.
See, this is why you earned that timeout earlier, Adam.
Yeah, could have had more time to potentially run a play if they wanted to.
Time for a guy like Aaron Rodgers to operate. I'm shocked they didn't get aggressive, but we've seen some bad clock management.
And they may just take a knee, and they will here. Jets will still get the ball to start the second half with a 5-point lead, and Rodgers and Williams just got a little to the house that kept Seattle in it. Myers had a 54-yard field goal, and Wanu had a kick return touchdown. And here he comes. And it'll make it to about the 30. Fake it to Breece Hall. Wilson comes across the field and sprints ahead.
After dealing with that knee during the week.
They saw him limping a little bit in that first half.
Yeah, it's trusting your backs to get the yards.
They'll trust Hall here as he bounces off of Jones.
When it's time.
Going tempo here, 3rd down and 8. Rodgers steps up into a...
At the last second, see him get the hand up. What a trick shot by Rodgers.
Now back to the ground game and out
at the bottom.
Rare offensive snap for him. They throw the screen to Xavier Gibson. Jones got there first. Witherspoon just got the snap off on 3rd down and 13. Draymond Jones chasing Rodgers. A throw on the run for Adam. Get it 10 times. He has just 4 grabs today. Orsted trying to send this one high into the air, but that season's in Seattle. Comeback player of the year in 2022 for the Seahawks. There's Walker's best run, and he bounces off a tackler. There is a flag.
Offense holding number 63, that penalty's declined. Holding number 72, that penalty's accepted. 10.
Smith to Charbonnet. Has to maneuver around Quinnen Williams. Pressure coming from the Jets. Smith looking for a one-on-one matchup with DK Metcalf.
To avoid that physical contact, beat him immediately, and then Sauce is trying to play catch-up, and Gino drops it in the...
Here comes Kenneth Walker again, and he gets tumbled down.
Plays with a lot of edge, battling the emotions in the game, but certainly starting to settle in here in the second half.
So is Walker. The Jets in this building as an opponent for the first half.
Well, it has been a fun journey to watch, and I know at times he's been in some dark places and really starting to mature, and that's when he started to blossom as a player.
Oh boy, looking for Metcalf. 1st and goal for
both teams, but there's DK Metcalf with the hint and the fake on DJ Reed, and that's the kind of matchup you're looking for, Adam. Get your biggest, strongest, fastest receiver on a small...
It's one-on-one on the near side. Looking there. Here we go. And matched up with Gardner again. It is a handoff. It is Walker, and he gets roped out of that bunch set.
It is.
Smith throws on a floater for Metcalf, and it's incomplete.
Automatic 1st down.
Well, you could have called DJ Reed for holding Jackson Smith and Jigba. You could have called Chuck package. It is Sundell blocking for Walker. Fake it to Walker. Sling it to the sideline.
Doing it with different personnel.
It is Charbonnet. Williams got in the backfield. Charbonnet.
Offside defense number 96 was lined up in the neutral zone.
Right up on Oluwatimi. Now you got to. Smith slant. Metcalf against Gardner, and it's incomplete. It's 4 ball. Smith. Pressure coming from his right. Twisting around. Down he goes. Instead of at the half-yard line, they're at the 16. I think.
Offside number 98. Defense.
Now crack toss for Breece Hall.
And just like personnel says, 1 back, 1 tight end, 3 wideouts.
On 2nd and 1, Rodgers, the release. Good job to secure it by Conklin. We'll check the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 55.
And then you're going to get Draymond Jones right there, just nailing Rodgers right after he cuts that ball loose. Ooh.
Another penalty marker's thrown, so Rodgers just shovels it ahead for Breece Hall.
Illegal formation, offense, number 67 was not on the line.
Seattle and Arizona and Glendale next week, huge game. Here's Breece Hall, he lost it. Seahawks pick it up. Tyrese Knight scoops it.
Bumps. When these running backs get out in the open, but not Julian Love, he's feeling it.
20 on 20, Seattle ball. Breece Hall, who's had some ball security issues this year, his twice. And from their own 41, the Seahawks take over. And Geno Smith looking for Metcalf. Some contact down the middle of the field.
And look at Williams turn on the gas right there and cut off.
Hence no pass interference on either side. The second down, it's Walker. Good block by Jackson Smith and Jig. Back on the sideline. Fresh set of downs for Smith. And there's the matchup at the top. Smith near side, and it is grabbed. It's 3rd and 4, empty set. Geno Smith pumps, throws, bobbled. Metcalf. Smith in the gun on 4th and 1, and there was movement before. Smith pressured by Williams. Off the back foot for Jackson Smith and Jigba, who saves his quarter.
It's the lever to Michael Carter, sees his quarterback scrambling, and decides to break outside. Excellent job on the scramble rules, finding his quarterback, giving him a target.
Hunter was not available. They do get the first down, and now Geno Smith will dump it off for Walker. And a good job by the Jet defense. Geno Smith from the backside gets hit.
Bigger for all these blows he's taken as a defender.
It'll be a 51-yard field goal from here, so they're going to try to get a little closer with Walker, and I will be fascinated to see who they're going to bring out as. Good snap, good hold by the banged-up Dixon, and a perfect kick by the Broncos on a cold night in February. 43-8 Seahawks win. Xavier Gibson on the return, looking for an alley, and he's able to take it. Keep that in mind as we're in a 2-point ball game in the 4th. Rodgers off play action, sets up, launches for a one-on-one ball for Adams against Witherspoon. There is a first with the
Pass
call.
interference, number 17, offense. 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Witherspoon not having the fake, and then Witherspoon turns, finds the ball, exactly the technique you want from your cornerbacks on the edge, and Adams just bulldozes.
They had 3 touchdowns on their first 4 drives, plus one of those a kick return. Looking for Wilson. Flag is thrown as the play clock was winding down.
Delay of game, number 8, offense. 5
Safety help again.
Rodgers, another up top ball, and it's incomplete. Rodgers under 50% passing today, 14 of 29. Now 15 of 30, and here comes Conklin with a lot of ground. So Morstead boots it away. Brady Russell came in for a block, and it's going to land out of bounds near the. Walker's averaging about 4 yards a carry. Charbonnet's third.
That seems to be when they operate the best.
Smith under pressure for Seattle. Smith dumps it off for Fant. Needs the 39-yard line, and he'll get ration is.
Defense, 12 players in formation. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
And to try to draw him off, no, they're going to run it. Geno Smith looking downfield, and Metcalf hits the ground.
He's going to run this corner route on Stiggers, number 37, and he had help inside.
First-year pro Stiggers in what is his 11th game. Now they reverse it on the end around to Jackson Smith and Jigba, and he'll pick up a stop. Again, Stiggers had played 1 defensive snap in his career. He's out there right now. Here's Walker on 2nd down. Nothing there. Seattle, 3rd and 5. On the cross, it's Metcalf, and he lunges. Offense out there, 7 minutes left. On 4th and 1, it is Charbonnet, and the Jets come up with another stop, but a flag. Or you'll see him in the picture on Charbonnet there, grab the nameplate and pull. That is a horse collar tackle, and when the Jets defense.
Seahawks offense, some more life.
We're running 9 lives right now. Here's number 9, nowhere to.
Need a little more syrup for that pancake.
2nd and 17. Here's Noah Fant. Williams brings it.
Brought in the tight end to block.
They drop back in coverage. Smith has it batted down. Flag is thrown. They're going to let this play roll through. It's going to be ruled on the field as a fumble. And it's brought back by Sherwood. Still on his feet, and finally a clean look. Geno Smith's arm clearly coming forward. So it wasn't batted, but the 5-yard penalty on McDonald is going to do it all over again.
That is the proper call. The hand coming forward with control starts the pass.
Lucky to get away with an incompletion.
Charbonnet powers through. Charbonnet scores. And this. You're getting the celebration here. Mills is still talking. Now the flag gets thrown by the back judge. And kind of turning around looking at Mills, who was jawing with A.J. Barner.
Situations.
Fouls by both teams on the play after the score. Personal foul number 88 on the scoring team. Unsportsmanlike conduct number 95 on the defense. That's a foul against an official. Both fouls are enforced. The result is net no yardage.
For the Jets, Barner got tagged for basically contacting Mills, who pushed back. 5-point game. It is Dixon as the holder. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Wild game. Third for the Jets this season is gearing up with 5.5 to play. It'll be Kene Wanwu, who's had a kick return touchdown today. He will not make. We're lined up on the right side. Here is Breece Hall. He's in to block Witherspoon. Rodgers throws past the sticks for Wilson against Josh Jobe.
On Jobe and attack.
Clock stops now when you step out. And the clock will stop.
Nasty, it was ugly. Find a way to win.
Here comes the run for Hall, who is able to slip through.
Illegal shift. Number 5 and 17 were in motion together prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Mark, that is the
Completion here.
pressure coming. Oh, wow, he ducked underneath Boye Mafe, but he will not escape. Rodgers is looking for someone. Isaiah Davis gets loose. Trying to make up a lot of ground. Davis dives towards the...
At Reek Woolen for not closing on this ball. And look for the yard marker. Let's see if he got it. Oh, he steps out with his left foot.
But how about that, though? It was 3rd down and 26. Four-man rush. Rodgers for Adams, and they get the first down. It's the biggest one. Swing it out. It's Wilson and Kobe Bryant. Seattle late getting its 11th man on the field. Davis runs it, and then it was 3rd and 2. Extra man for Seattle coming. It's Wilson on the down by 5. Rodgers pumps a jump pass. 4-man rush. Rodgers floats it for Davis, who gets banged down by 5. Here comes pressure. Rodgers into the pressure.
Adams up top.
Here's your game. Rodgers off the back foot, launches to the end zone. It's incomplete.
With a hit on Aaron Rodgers.
6 of their 9 losses by 1 score. And Leonard Williams, the former first-round pick by New York almost a decade ago, had a fabulous game with 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, and the first touchdown of his long NFL career, a 92-yard pick 6 going the other way. Gino and the Seahawks and Mike McDonald with their 3rd straight win will wrap it up on the other side.